So have they suddenly texted you after months of silence, telling you that they realise what they've lost and how sorry they are? So how do you know if your ex has really changed, or if you're about to walk back into the exact same situation that you previously left? So in this video, I'm going to be telling you about the signs that will show you that it's probably likely that that person's changed. I'm also going to be telling you about the warning signs that they probably haven't changed. And most importantly, what are some of the questions that you need to ask yourself before you decide whether to give them another chance. If you're new here, my name's Rita, and on this channel, I help you to heal from toxic relationship patterns. I also help you to break free from unhealthy attachment patterns. So subscribe if you like that type of content, and let's get into it. So one of the biggest mistakes that people make is thinking that just because your ex has reached out to you, it means that they've actually changed as a person. Remember, real meaningful change can take weeks, months, sometimes even years. It's so easy to communicate with someone. It takes a few seconds to send a message. So don't mistake contact for change. The fact that they've come back only tells you one thing, that they've come back. It doesn't tell you whether they've actually changed or not. When you're trying to figure out if they've changed, ask yourself, are they actually taking accountability? Real change starts with accountability. So do they actually acknowledge what happened in the relationship, how you came apart, and how their behaviour affected you? Or are they still trying to blame other things? Are they blaming you, their childhood, stress, for example? Not to say that those issues don't have an impact on how people behave, but at the end of the day, you have to take accountability for your own actions. Otherwise, you'll never be able to make any kind of change. Taking ownership and responsibility for their behaviour is one of the biggest indicators that there has genuinely been some change with this person. One of the questions that I think every person needs to ask themselves when their ex comes back is, why have they come back? And that's probably something that you never focus on. You're just so elated that they're back. You're not actually asking yourself, what is the reason why they've come back? Why now? Is it because they're lonely? The relationship that they were in didn't work out? Or is it because they genuinely miss you? Remember, just because your ex has returned to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that that return is motivated by love. It could be motivated by many other reasons. And if you've ever wondered why it's been so hard for you to let go of someone that wasn't meeting your emotional needs, then take my free attachment styles quiz, and it will help you understand those patterns that you have that keep you attached for way longer than you actually want to. So check it out, link in the description box. So when you're asking yourself, has my ex really changed? One of the things I want you to do is look at their behaviours and not at the promises that they're making to you. Remember, your ex can promise you words, they can tell you that they've changed, but the real question is, are you seeing the evidence of that? So are they, for example, taking accountability? Are they respecting your boundaries, being consistent? Ask yourself, whatever it was that you weren't happy with in that relationship or what led to the breakup, can you see a change in those behaviours now that they're actually back in your life? If they've genuinely changed, then you'll be able to see that even in little ways right from the start. You know, so far I've been focusing on how do you know if your ex has changed, but I want to bring our focus inward now, and I want to ask you a question. Have you changed? It's so important to ask that question because in every experience that we have, we also have a role to play. And if we're asking ourselves the questions, have I changed? You know, am I able to now set boundaries and keep those boundaries? Am I able to really know my self-worth? Am I able to now stop abandoning myself and my needs to hold on to that relationship? And the reason why it's important to ask yourself these questions is because if you haven't changed, if your attachment patterns are still the same, And if you're not giving yourself that self-love where you're going to stand up and say, no, I'm not accepting that, you'll probably find out that the same patterns keep repeating themselves. If not with this ex, then with somebody else in the future. So remember to also focus on yourself, because you should also be growing and you should also be changing. You know, when your ex shows up again, I want you to ask yourself, am I responding to this person as the healed version of me, or am I responding to them through withdrawal and desperation? Because depending on what version of you you're responding as, you're going to get a very different result. If you're responding from a place of panic and from a place of loneliness now, oh, they've contacted me and I'm still not with anyone else, so let me grab onto them tight because I may not have the chance to be with anyone else, or maybe no one else is going to love me the way that they do. You're responding from a place of withdrawal, from a place of fear, and not from a place of strength. If you're responding as the healed version of you, you won't be in a state of panic. You'll be responding from a place of calm and from a place of giving yourself the chance to actually work out whether there has been change in this person and whether it's actually worth moving forward and giving the relationship another chance. And if what I'm saying is striking a chord with you and you recognise yourself in that you have responded from a place of fear, I want you to watch another video that I've made called Why You Feel Worse After Leaving and Why You Want to Go Back. And in that video, I explain what's going on in your mind and your body after you leave a toxic relationship, and I'll link that video in the description box. Okay, so also consider this when you're asking yourself, has your ex really changed? Consider what pace they're wanting to go at. Are they willing to give you a chance to kind of get your thoughts together and work out whether this relationship would work for you a second time round? Or are they rushing you into getting back into a serious relationship with them? So be mindful of that, and don't feel like you need to race forward and make any decisions right now. You need to be responding from that healed version of you where you're knowing that if this is right for you, you don't have to feel pressurized. Another mindset shift that I want you to have in this scenario is focusing on the person who you're wanting to become. As I said, what's really important is growth and change also within yourself. So future pace and look forward and ask yourself, who is the person that I'm wanting to become as I move forward through my life? And would this relationship fit into that? Because it's not just about whether you're wanting to take them back. It's about, do they fit into the version of you that you're growing into? So do they make you feel emotionally safe? Is the relationship peaceful? Is it consistent? Have they actually done any work on themselves? And these are the questions that you should be asking outright. And if you're not seeing any change, then really consider, is this going to fit the future version of you? And if you're ready to break away from toxic relationship patterns and have healthy relationships moving forward, then check out my attachment reset toolkit. So it walks you through step by step how to break unhealthy attachment patterns, how to regulate your nervous system, and how to build up your self-worth. So check out the link in the description. So I really want you to remember that just because your exes come back, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be together. It's an opportunity to show your growth and for you to ask yourself the right questions and assess the situation as to whether it's going to work for you, not only now but in the future. So if you found this video useful, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and also comment below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.